Recording in progress.
Okay, hi guys. So now I'm going to be teaching you guys the lashings. So there will be 4 lashings that I'm going to be teaching you guys. There will be round lashing, shear lashing, gin lashing, and shear lashing if I'm not wrong. And square lashing, right? Yeah, square lashing. So yeah, okay. So I'll be sharing the screen. Okay, finally. Okay. Okay, so before I start the sharing, so I will not be demonstrating you guys on how to do it. I will just be sharing the video later on for each lashing that I'll be showing you guys because it will get a bit hard for me to demonstrate to you guys. So when if I get the chance to meet you guys face to face, I will try my best to come often and teach you guys your 8 basic knots, all your knots that you guys are unsure with, your lashings especially. So for this time, I will be sharing like the videos so that you can see or you can follow. It's kind of simple. You can follow it. And also, if you are unable to follow it, make sure you can ask your TOs, your teacher in charge, your CIs. You can ask me also if you want. And also, yeah, any questions, just ask all of us. So we are free to um reply to you guys ASAP lah. Okay. So make sure you are ready with your logistics. You can try it on if you want. Yeah. Okay, so don't worry, there will be a video later. I'll be sharing to you guys so that you know how to do it somehow. So the important parts, you can write your notes. And also for the fire starting just now that I shared to you guys, you also need to write down your notes. Make sure you write your notes. If you're unsure also, you can ask all of us, okay? So for lashings for today's objective is to develop your creativity skills, problem solving skills, and to build your teamwork. So your table of content, there will be 4. Like I said, there will be round, shear, square, gin lashing. So these are the 4 lashings that I'll be teaching you guys. Okay, so this is the square, this is the round, this is the shear, this is the gin. Okay, so it will look like that. Okay, but it's a little bit messy because this is mine actually. So I think it's wrong, I guess. Okay, this was back then in CIBTC. So yeah, it was very hard to do it at home. And like my room started to get very messy doing all these lashings and knots. The ropes is all over my room and I need to clean it after that. And yeah, so okay, so the first one that I'll be teaching you guys is round lashing. So the function is to bind your 2 even poles together. So you will need your 2 poles. You will need your 2 poles. And also um, tie a clove hitch over both poles with the cut of the clove hitches at the side of a pole. So you will need to tie a clove hitches on these 2 poles together. So yeah, make sure it's tight and wind the rope over both poles and tighten it as you go. So you're going to wind it, wind it, wind it. So it's like coiling, you know? So you're just going to wind it, and wind it. So make sure after you have wind it, right, you need to have the amount of the rope, like leftover ropes, that you need to tie for your end of clove hitch also. So like I said, end with a clove hitch over both poles. You need to tie a clove hitch between these 2 poles with the cut of the clove hitch diagonally opposite that of the starting clove hitch. Okay, so the end result after you make this, it should look like this. Okay, so if you get the idea, you can try it now. If you can't manage to try it, it's okay. You can follow the video, or if you are unsure about these videos, if you are unsure about the video or like you still can't catch up or whatever, you can just ask all of us. Okay. So yeah, I will go to the video. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so I'm going to be stop sharing first and sharing your video. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing the video. So make sure you can see. Okay, so like I said, you need to tie sorry, you need to tie your clove hitches between with the two poles right there. You need to tie it together. And then you need to tie the clove hitch. Okay? So it should look like that. Okay, so I'm going to repeat. So I'm going to repeat so that you will know how to do your clove hitches. So this is part of your knots, okay? Okay, so the cross of this clove hitch must be on the side as well. Okay, so you always must end it with a clove hitch also, as always. Like what I know, like for all the lashings, is you need to start with a clove hitch and also end it also with a clove hitch. Okay, in a different way. Okay. Okay, so make sure there are no overlappings. Okay, so make sure you need to check your thongs, you need to check your tightness, make sure there's no overlapping. Okay, so while you are winding it, make sure there's no overlapping. Okay, so look at this, it looks neat. So this one is the clove features at the side. Okay, so it looks like that. So it's at the back, it should look like this, the clove hitch, and then make sure there's no gaps. Okay, no gaps. Must check the tightness. Okay, while you are winding it, you need to make sure you hold on to your poles and make sure you are winding it tightly. Okay, so yeah. Okay. So the end result should look like that. Okay, so yes. Okay, so I'll be continuing your okay. So so you'll get the idea. If you all don't understand, just ask. Okay, so I'll be moving on to shear lashing. So shear lashing, the function is to bind two uneven or unequal diameter and or surface poles together. So you will need your two poles again. Okay, so you will need to do your clove hitch here and end the clove hitch here, as you can see in this picture. Okay, it's different, it's similar a bit to the round lashing, but this time the clove hitches only starts at only one pole and ends it with another pole. Okay, not two poles together. Okay. Okay, so tie a clove hitch on one of the poles. Like I said, everything when you do your lashings, you need to start with a clove hitch and always, always, always end it with a clove hitch as well. So wind the rope over both poles. It's like round lashing. Okay, and then you will need to fret between the poles after having sufficient rounds. So what is fret? Fret is basically this. Okay, so you will need to like fret. Fret means like you need to wind it around or in between the ropes that you have done during your how to say your ropes that you have doing. It's like the round lashing, but then you need to do in between like a fret. Okay, that's what it's called. Okay, so you need to fret between the poles after having sufficient rounds at least 2 times. So make sure after the 2 rounds of your fraps, at least 2 rounds is fine. Make sure just to make sure that you have extra ropes to tie your end clove hitch, which is right here. You cannot start your clove hitch. You can start your clove hitch here, but you cannot end your clove hitch at the same pole that you start that you put it on your first clove hitch that you put it. So you need to end your clove hitch with other poles. Other pole cannot put here. It will get so it will get wrong and also confusing. Okay. Make sure also repeat tongs. Okay. Tongs mean you need to check your tightness, your sufficient of gaps, and also make sure it's tight, and also you need to hold on to the poles. Okay. So make sure there's no gaps and overlaps. Okay. So yeah, if there's excess twines, you can just cut it off, but not too short, if not your clove hitch or the rest of the things that you have made started to get loose. Okay, so while you are doing it, you will need to hold it on tightly, okay, while tying it. So you need to tie it tightly. Do not be loose. If not, it will started to get fall off apart. Okay, so I'll be showing the video so you can see. Okay, so I'll be showing the video. Okay, so like I said, you must always start the clove hitch right here. Okay. Okay, so you can start doing your shell lashing on using the long rope right here. Okay. Okay, so it will start to winding it like a round lashing, but difference is the clove hitch starts from here, not both like your round lashing. So your clove hitch will start here. Okay. Okay, so now after you have winding it, you need, like I said, you need to frap it. Okay, between the two poles right here, you need to frap it in between. So you will need to start to frap from the top, and then you come from the bottom, and then you frap it one more time. So yeah. Okay, like I said just now, you need to end your clove hitch on the non-clove hitch pole. So that means the clove hitch that you do it from the starting, you need to start from there and then end it with other poles. Okay. As you can see, there's no overlaps, no overlaps, no spaces in between, and also it's tight. Okay. So if it's like this, you can adjust. Okay. So yeah, the end result should look like this. See, the first clove hitch and the ending of the clove hitch is right here. Okay. So yeah. Okay, continue to the slide. Okay, so if you have any questions, just ask your teacher in charge, or yeah. Okay, so the next one. Okay, so yeah, like I said, end with a clove hitch on the other pole diagonally opposite the starting of the clove hitch. Okay, so the next one will be square lashing. Okay, square lashing. Okay, the example should look like this, but in this picture is quite wrong. Okay, so I do this very long time when I was in CIBTC. So yeah, the square lashing is somehow supposed to look like this. So the function is to bind two poles at right angles to each other, and then position your poles at right angles. Tie a clove hitch on one pole and ensure it's standing, and end poles tangential or tangential to the other pole, and wind the ropes alternatively. So alternatively is like you go up, you go down, you go up, you go down, you go up, you go down, and then you continue. Okay. Both pole, then back over the top pole on the other side. And in and out, in and out. Okay. So later I will show you the video so it's more better for you guys to understand. Okay. After sufficient round, like I said, after sufficient rounds, you need to fret between the poles. Okay, the fret between the poles means you need to fret. Okay, as you can see the line here, this is the fret that I do. Okay, so this is the up and down, right? So you can see. So the clove hitch I start from here. Okay, and then you need to winding it. And then after you wind it, you make sure you have more ropes to do the same rope that you are using. You need to frap it in between, like between this pole and this pole. You need to frap around 2-3 rounds, sufficient rounds like that. So yeah, and then you must end it with clove hitch. Okay, clove hitch on the same pole. Okay, sorry, I make the clove hitch here. Sorry, I do my clove hitch here and then I end it with the clove hitch bottom. Okay, so this one has the excess rope right here. You can cut it off. Okay, so I will show you guys the video. Okay. Wait, hold on. Okay. Okay, so after you take your poles, right? After you have do your clove hitch here, right here, the straight one, you're going to take your other poles and then you put it on top of the pole, like here, like put this on top of the pole. Okay, so the rope will start from bottom. So it goes from up and then go downwards, and then after that you will need to go down here, go down and then go up. Okay, so you'll see the video later. Okay. So up, you go up, and then you go put your rope below, and then you go up again, and then you repeat. So this one you go behind this rope. Okay, make sure there's no overlappings. Make sure when you do, make sure you check your in front and behind, make sure there's no overlapping. So you will need to repeat the rounds around 3 times. Make sure you have the more ropes right here to make your frapping later on. Okay, so this is not an overlapping lah. This is the clove hitch. Okay. Where's that no sound? Can you think the video? Okay, never mind. Okay, so it starts to get to do the frapping. So it will start to frap around. Okay, so make sure you have the access rope to do your clove hitch. Okay, so make sure it's pulled tightly. Okay, so if there's a sash rope, okay, look at it just now. Okay, if it has sash rope, okay, like this long one, you can cut it off. Okay, but not too short lah. If not, it will started to fall apart. Okay, so yes, so you can try it at home or you can try it now because you since if I'm not wrong, you have your logistics with you. Okay, so now I'm going to be sharing you guys the last lashing. Okay. Okay, so for jean lashing. Okay. So for the jean lashing, you should be looking at this. So make sure you have your other poles, which is you need 3 of it. So in this picture, it shows that the first of the starting of the pole, you need to clove hitch right here. And then sorry, excuse me. So you need to start your clove hitch right here, and then you need to end it right here. Okay, so you need to end it right here. No, don't put your end clove hitch at the same pole that you are doing when you are doing your first clove hitch. Okay, so you will need to go in front, and then after you put the rope, after you do your first clove hitch right here, then you can start doing your winding. Okay, it's like you go the rope, the long one, you need to go behind, and then you go front, and then behind, front, behind, front. It's like an infinity. Okay, it's like an infinity. Okay, so but make sure you must check there's no overlapping. You need to hold on to your post while you're doing it, so there's no overlapping, and you need to check, make sure it's tight. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so after you do for several rounds of winding, okay, so like I said, start with a clove hitch, on one of the side poles, and then wind the ropes alternatively, like infinity, like I said just now, and then make a turn. Okay, so after you have done doing your winding of your ropes alternatively, it's like an infinity. Like I said, I will show you guys the video later. So yeah. So after you make the turning, you need to go back after the last rope, like not the last rope, like remaining ropes. Okay, after you have winding, you need to go back to the first pole to do your frapping. Okay, before frapping between the poles. Okay, so these two, you need to frap in between the three poles so that you can like open it up like this so that it's more nicer to check. And also end with a clove hitch on the last pole diagonally opposite the starting of the clove hitch. Like I said just now, you need to start your clove hitch here, and then after you do your jean lashing, you need to end your lashing to with a clove hitch. Like I said, everything you do for lashings, you need to end it with clove hitch. So, but then the clove hitch is different. Okay, not like you start here and then you end here. No, you need to end it like diagonally like this. Like you start your clove hitch here and then end it like the other pole, the last pole, okay, that you do. Okay, so when you open, okay, so basically you can open your jean lashing. You can open and then it will look like this. It will look something like this. Okay, but yeah, the one that I do, right, this one, it started to get like it's like, because I think I overlap it, started to get ugly, very ugly. And then I have excess the twine and I never cut it out, so it's more not neat lah. So if you want to make your jean lashing more neat, make sure you cut your excess twines. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the video right now. Okay, so like I said, you need your 3 poles. Okay, so begin by tying a clove hitch. Begin by tying a clove hitch on one pole. Okay, start winding the rope. Okay, so this video shows that the rope, it starts from under. So start from under is like in between the 2 poles. I mean, in between the middle pole, and then you're going to start to winding the rope lah. Okay, alternatively. Okay, so when winding the ropes, when you are winding, it looks like a infinity lah, like infinity somehow, like W like that. Okay. Okay, so like this, you go behind, then you go in front, you go behind, then you go in front. Okay, when you go here, make sure you're in between, right? How to check? They will check like the between before you do your frapping, right? Make sure it's like cross. There's cross, like cross shape in between. So that's correct. Okay, so you need to turn your whereabouts, and then after that you will start to do your frapping. So you need to put your ropes right here, and then you will start to coil it up. Okay, the frap lah. Okay, make sure there's no space in between. Okay, you can adjust it later also can. When you are doing it also can. After you have done doing your gin lashing, you have done finishing it, you can adjust it, the spaces, and yeah. Okay. Okay, so you need to make a turn at the back so that you can do your frapping on the other side. Okay, and then the remaining ropes, you can tie your crowfish. Okay, make sure after you do your frapping, make sure you have the access rope so that you can do your end of crowfish. Okay, so as you can see, okay, so as you can see, it starts the crayfish from here and end it here. Don't end here. Here confirm wrong one. Okay. If you put your crayfish starting point here and then you end it on top here, also wrong. Okay. So make sure you put your crayfish starting point here and then you end your crayfish at the other pole, the ending pole, which is right here. Okay. I'm not so sure if it doesn't matter. I think it doesn't matter if you want to put your crayfish here or you want to put it here. But I think if you start your crayfish from below, and then you start to winding it, I think if I'm not wrong, you need to end your crayfish at the top. Okay. So yeah. So the end result should look like this. So make sure it's tight, you pull it. Okay, so while you're doing it, you need to hold on to your post carefully. So yeah. Okay, so the end result should look like that. But this one got like somehow spaces. So make sure you adjust it. Okay. So yeah. So the end result should look like that. And yeah. So I hope you guys try it at home. So if you guys are if you guys want to try to do your lashings, you can try it at home. You can find like these lashings at YouTube. If I'm not wrong, have. But if you want like this type of video that I shared to you guys also can. So I don't know, it suits you lah. So like you can text me or something. If you want the video, you can ask me for it. Okay. So I think that's all. Okay. So debrief, I will hand my debrief to Mr. Noor. So yeah, so I hope you enjoy this lashing lesson that I teach you guys. So yeah, I hope you had fun and I hope you guys try it out. And also if I able to come back next year, next year, I hope that I can come back next year like more often because like I'm busy with other stuff that I'm having. So I hope that I'm able to come back and teach you guys your lashings, all your basic knots, all your campcraft stuff. If like I'm able to do it without like any COVID situation or worse than that. So I hope they have lessened down the cases that is having around in Singapore. So I hope next year, is better than this year or many years or last year or something. So yeah. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed your lashing lesson, and yeah, thank you once again. Okay. Bye.